Say as you like. Are we judging, never judging, teaching, never teaching? Never had a child? And if you did, were you teaching? Do you believe? Do you disbelieve? And what do you believe? What if you believe in something that I've never heard of? I'm not sure where to begin, so let's talk about basics. Let's talk about basics. Morse code. What is Morse code? What is the easiest way to send Morse code? Can Morse code be decoded? And if it was decoded, what would it create? What does it mean, dots and dashes? What is 1? What is 2? What is 3? When is a number a higher number than the number it is? By just knowing that between here and there, there's an in-between. What is the average? And is the average height as high as the greatest width is long? At what point do you get that average? Imagine it can be anything, a fluctuation of something over a period of time. Oh, I wanted to do this. Please tell me I can do this. Yeah. Ask me, I'll tell you. Welcome to the channel. I do have to open up my other channel for a second. Let's see if it's here. Odyssey. Here it comes, Odyssey. Keep me planned in there. Yeah, it'd be fun to, get a group together and do this as a group. If it would be just pain enough to do this as a group. Started 3 minutes ago, currently watching. I do not know. It says 3. Seems like it's standard. Say 3. So just 1 second. I got here a polarity and love copy. Did I ever save the changes? The broadcast must be scheduled in the future within 1 year. Please edit the broadcast. Save changes. Okay, so anyways, whatever it is, I lost myself. Okay, so in Roman numerals, right, the V, 1 or 1V. So does it matter which way the design is? Is it an army or a sergeant or a private? If I put this way, then this diamond can flip this way. You do see 2 hearts here, do you not? Do you not see 2 hearts here? The point of the heart ends up in the center of the cube. We have to understand our shapes. Not really sure which way to do this. And then we can cut across this over here. This went below. How many lines below, and then how many lines are above? That would come right through here, run this way, and then run down here. How we're connecting our dot to dot. I'm not really sure. I'm not really sure what I'm doing, but you do see what U does, right? It almost looks like bricks of gold, but this is what U does. We can get different letters and try to figure out what all the letters are. I'm not even sure what these are, but a heart is actually this, and then you draw the heart this way. And what is the diamond center of the heart? It's that cube. Is it the entry? Is it a beak? Is it a beak that's opening? Is this the three-headed duck? Because that's what it looks like, a three-headed duck. So anyways, this is 3 rings. 1 ring, 2 rings, 3 rings. Around the ring, around the ring, around the ring. But in creating these rings, okay, it obligated me to create what is or might be, okay, the elongated octagon. The elongated octagon. So if you take a look, I'm going to create this smaller so you can notice. I'm going to take the bottom shape and the top shape and bring them together. So I'm going to go down, went down. I'm going to go over, went over, and I'm going to go up. And then we have the in-between. So I'm going to go up, and I'm going to go up. Now I'm going to take the top. I take the top, I go over, I go down. It becomes the bookends. These are the bookends. This is the octagon. When recreated, you can create within it the hexagon rings. The ring is a 6 inside of an 8. 2 times 4, 2 plus 4. Mathematically, what is the cat? And what is 5 to 9? What is inside EIEIO? It is 6 and 8. 5 and 6 to one side, 8 and 9 to the other side. And it's by virtue of the smartest people in the world who go to all these gambling casinos and who create all these games that they play. And you tell me. Ooh, where did that come from? Hold on a second. We have to stop this. Okay. So these are, would you say, casino dice or casino-like? I think the other one's in my pocket. So if we have a 5, and I just mentioned to you, what did I mention to you about 5? 1 second. 5 and 9. So we have 5 and 9. So we take a look. We have 5, and we have 6 and 3, 9. But we can also understand that 8 and 6, there is an art equation. Not only is it an art equation, but I'm just gonna show you. So we have here, I'm gonna do it this way, it's easier. We have over here 6. Just trying to recalibrate what I just did. 6 and 8, 5 and 9. Just give me a second. 6 and 8, 5 and 9. Yes, you see, this is horizontal. This is the letter H. This is vertical. That is the letter I. Horizontal and vertical. 8 and 22. 0, 8, 22. 22 for the letter V, 22 for life in Pluto. 2 times 2, 2 plus 2. Also life in the heart. 2 hearts, one upside down from each other. Bound together on earth for life. That's really their tale. 2 eyes or 1 eye. You live in this world. The 1-eyed, the 2-eyed jacks. There are 2 2-eyed jacks. There are 2 1-eyed jacks. There's a 1-eyed king. When you're a 1-eyed king, you're only on one side. When you're 2 eyes, you're on both sides. In this world, you have 2 eyes. But it's telling you that one half of the jacks, which will represent, okay, the whole suit, as the queens. The queens have all their eyes. The jacks, they're missing 2 eyes. The jacks have 6 eyes. 2 and 2 eyes, and 1 and 1 eye. Understand 1 and 2, 1 and 2. Understand these numbers. These are cycles. This is J10. The queen has all eyes, 2 on every eye. Every single card has so the heavens is the queen. The king is the gateway. The king of diamonds, if I remember correctly, only has 1 card that has 1 eye and 3 cards. 1 and 3, 13 bar mitzvah, 169 moons, 13 by 13, plus the moon you're in between, to the continuation of the gateway moon, 0.58. What is missing is 5 to Earth, or 4 to the cat that is coming through the gate. Here comes the electronic cat. 4 is what turns the polarity around. 4 years when the leap year comes in. 4 equaling to 4 parts of 80. In French, they separated the 4 parts of 80, yet 8 is noted to be the void. Yet when they say 60, A, B, C equals to 60, it's standard. Once you add the 40 to it, it makes 100 as 100% of time, as let's say time is $1. If I had a penny for every time I spent, I'm spending time. So sometimes we need to understand, how is time spent? Where can we use what is spent time? Is time spent meaning used? We were sent here. If we were sent here and we spent time, what scent? In fact, in French, scent, not to smell, which is also known as the skunk black and white, but scent is meaning 100, which is 10 times 10, 100. 100 equals C for creation, or alpha beta creation, because C in Roman numerals is 100. But we were sent to the delta angle of Earth, 500. Reverse 500 over to the other side, which is 2, that would be 200. And that one is into the 7th gate. And it all goes along with the word God, which says D, Roman numerals, 500. Stop here, it says go. It says go 500. So we have the 3 rings. You go around the ring and around the ring and around the ring, and through it, you put a pole. 20, 40, 60, and here's another 20, or it's because we went through here, the pole, that we have to add on our value. If our value is 5, 5, 5, plus the 1 that we are, is 6 going through the pole. 15 total. 20 around, and 20 around. 75, the same numeric value as the moon. And to take note that turning this around, it's 14, but then what I'm holding is I'm hiding, okay, what is 3 and 4? 3 and 4, because that's the pole 7. But not all poles get you to the cycle in the moon. In fact, the moon changes because of what this cube does to the poles. Okay, I just wanted to make sure my incense was okay behind me. Okay, I don't want to lose my sense. So where are we? So yes, so these poles, 5 and 7. Now, how does 5 and 7 work? There's so many pieces of paper. Let me see if I can take an old book as we associate. We associate 3, 6, and then 1 is 7, singularity. But we are going to create it this way. Not in a singular, but we are going to create B. A is the singular, B is the 2 by 2. And then here is A, B, C. This one over here creates 9. And then if we want to do this one over here, it's A, B, C, D. And that'll create 16. But we are going to connect these two to start with. In the B world, we're only going to the B world. We don't want to go any further than that. And in the B world, I end up creating this. I will get back to where I was at. I'm just going to color it in and show you what it is. This is 1, 3, 5, and 7. I'm not going to show you how the squares fit into each other. I still have a lot of work to do, but I'm showing you the basic. 1, 3, 5, and 7. We're just going to go 1, 3, 5 and leave it at that, because there's nothing more than 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. In fact, it's 1 between 2. But the string is 1, 2, 3. And what I believe is there's a hook at the end of the string, and we run in the other string like a jack. The jack hook comes in. I'm not really sure how to design that, but you do know the A sideways actually looks like the CD. That's how the A was created, by C and D coming together. Where am I? This is, where am I? Okay, so we have this. So to connect each one of these, I will connect that with 2, and I'll connect the one up here with 6, the in-between cube, 2 and 6. See, we have polarity on this dice, and I go over this all the time. 1 over to 6, and then, 1 over to 6. That is the greatest polarity. But we can't, I cannot be here and here. I can stretch myself out to here. And 2 can stretch itself all the way over to 6. So that means 3 will stretch its way over to 7. So that means 3 gets into the 7th gate. So this one is 3. So how does 1 come along? Well, the square, okay, here. I can't find any of my colors. The square over here, this one over here, okay, that connects over here, it locks it in, and then it continues up. It connects these 4 squares. By locking in these 2 squares, it connects all these squares. So you see now there's a passage in between here and here. And that is 2 connecting 1 and 3, in which up here, when these 2 squares meet, which is the locking of 6 and 9 rotation, one of the reasons is when these 2 cubes stand like this and look like that, we put this drawing line in between. See that 8, the same way we had it here, right? This will create what looks like a 6. This will create what looks like a 9. And then when we further the arts, you can see that there is a passage either down this way, or it's a fan. I'm not really sure if I should be doing it this way and then doing it, I think, this way. Not really sure how it goes, what this means, where I've seen this artwork before. But we do know that there's a doorway leading right in between here. And the dark hallway we can see over here. So it's somehow it's going down underneath and coming out on top on the other side. I don't know. But anyways, here it's 1 and 3 connected by 2. Here it's number 6 connecting 5 and 7. Female and male. When they come together, they are 1 and 2. 1 and 2, 12, 21. On this side, it's going to be 21. On this side, on both sides they're 12, but it's reversed to 21. When you're going up this way, you're going up to 6, 5, 7. When you're coming down this way, you're coming down 6, 7, 5. You're in between over here. And then when you're going up over this way, I'm not really sure which way I should put it. Maybe go 6, 7, 5 again, showing it's in the center. Or 6, 6, 5, 7, showing it's on this side. The second, I'm just trying to figure that one out. Anyways, irrelevant to the fact, this is where the A is. What happens is this is the 7th gate between here and here. This is the G, and this is the T. This is where that sun part comes in over here. It's hard to describe. The reason for that is M and N come together over here. The same thing as D and C, where there's only a half a number difference. The same thing over here, where there's only half a number difference. I'm trying to understand this right now. This is 13, and this is 14. It is 4. 1 and 3 is 4. 1 and 4 is 5. If I had to connect a smaller number to this, I would be connecting 5 and 13, and 6 and 14. The reason I'm connecting these is because in the game of pool, the 13 ball is connected to the 5 solid, where it's a 13 stripe, to the 6. This one is green, and this one is orange. The word sun is 513. The word ace is 513. The sun is inside of here, 5 and 4, and as well 5 and 3. Electricity, electric company inside the sun. Inside of here, this is the half-world spirit. This is the human sun. 1 and 4, 614. This will also create the DNA birth. This number will go up to number 29. It'll go up to 11, and this will end up being 62, or 26, or 2662. In which 2662 is here. 2, 2, 6, 6. Do you remember before we were talking, here is 1 and here is 6? Here is 1. Let's start this again. Let's do this over here. 1, 3. No, I don't like this one because it's overlapping. We're gonna keep it over here. 1, 3, 5. And what happens is number 1 through 5, number 6 here. Let me make this nice. Let me turn the page. Remember, my work is only a skeleton of what more that can be done. I believe the alphabet, descriptions, games are all skeletons of a greater story that we have to build. That is our skeleton, the skull bones, the representation of our history of the word of Go 500. So we're going to come down here. And remember the Eve. What rib was removed from Eve? Or was it Adam? And if I don't do this, right, you see this over here? Another way to do it, okay, because if you're building with cement, and this was one design, and I'm going to leave an extra space, or should my bricks actually be bigger, or should my bricks be much bigger? And what should my gap be? Remember, that is not a nail. In order to have a nail, okay, you must have at least a gapper of 2. When you have a gapper of 2, okay, this area over here, you're going to go this way and come down, and then we can now have a nail. But we can't have a nail with one gap. We only can have a screw. This one would be a screw, and this one can be a nail. Or we can call this a point, and we can call this a flat. Do you follow why? Because you have to follow the lines. You only can do what the lines say you're allowed to do. This is a 6 area, that's a 4 area. Can we do a 6 area another way? Yeah, we could. We can do a 6 area this way. Which is H, which is I? Is there another way to do a 6 area? We're not looking. Anyways, let me continue up here. I think I'm going to take a 2-minute break. I'd like to get something to drink. My throat's a little dry. So we go up to this level, and this is the Gematria Alphabet. And one of the reasons I do it this way, and I really do like that, and the reason I do it this way is, first of all, when 1 and 1 came together in Gematria, here and here, I said to myself, well, if 1 and 1 is together, I can't keep going down because I'm going down here. I'm going down here. I'm going down by 2, and I'm not going anywhere over here. I'm just sliding over. Maybe this folds and it ends up to be a corner. I don't know. So what happens over here is when 6 connects over here, and then 2 connects over here, and then 2 connects over here, and then 6 connects over here. You have 6, 22, 6 is what we have. And we don't need to count 7 because we already know what 6 is connected to. 6 is connected to what is 57, 57, 13, 13, 57. So we have 12, 13, 13, 12. 3, 4, 4, 3. Look at the dice cube. Try to find the number 4. Try to find the number 3 and flip them over. And that's what's going on. Well, I'm only 27 minutes. I'm already thirsty. Yeah, you're going to give me a minute? I think every 20, 25 minutes, I'm going to take like a 2-minute break. If you don't mind, recalibrate, see where I stand. You like the cravette? Cravette is a tie. Now a tie, we're tied up, tie. So when a game is tied, when the score is tied, things that are tied, when I'm tied up, when I'm tied down, things that are tied. Why don't people like to be tied up and tied down? They think they lose their free movement. They think they lose their liberty. We are all singularities, learning to live in the security of everyone. And then it's those who can confide. And once you find those who can confide, it becomes a burden off your back to empty out, like going to the bathroom, opening and letting an open ear come in. Take away no one's liberty, and liberty is forever. Okay, give me 1 minute. Okay, just want to see. Okay. Okay, so yes. Oh. Just give me a minute. Kitty cat, you coming out? 1 second. 1 second. Okay. Okay. Where am I going next? Where was I? That's what I hate about leaving the desk. Never know where I am. Okay, now I remember. Let me take a look right over here. Okay, it says 3 watching. No one ever says anything, so I'll never know. Okay. Okay, I'm not really sure which... you got to go to YouTube to get part of this article down, but I'm going to share it after. So we're going to go back, and I'm going to show you the Gematria. We were speaking about the kings and the queens in the deck of cards. Maybe you'd like to see a deck of cards. I don't know where my deck of cards is. We did have this card. You see how thick something is? This is what happens to the card. When we mirror this card, I mirror this card, and when you fold it to the shape of the diamond inside, it creates that. And then it creates that. So we have BMO, the sign for BMO. If you have 2 mountains, guess what? There's a valley in between. The mountains, there's a size. And you know what's funny is that the 10-yard line, 10 yards at a time, 4 downs, 10 yards, 2.5 to go. In the CFL, it's 10 yards for 3 downs. So that's 3 downs, 10 yards. That's 3.33 and 1. Let's see if anybody is on the channel for content. Mr. Tackpans, is there anybody live? Oh, I see Mr. Tackpans right over here. Am I live? How do we get to the live? Let me see. One watching. I'm going to like it. Somebody like this with me. One is watching. Oh, of course one is watching. It's me. So there's nobody watching anywhere. Not fun. Okay, let's move on. Let's forget about that. You know what? My favorite letter is D or V. I also like I and 5. So right away it says Angels of Mars. And then it says SAI. Nobody can. I'm trying to remember where I got it from. This can be number 5. 5 and 1 is Mars. 5 and 1 is Mars. The A is what divides 2. It's a passage. If you divide the A and you just divide it this way, then we can also at the same time. I'm getting off the subject. But A is full of stripes. It is a stripe. And then for me, if I was doing anything with carpentry, I would be designing my A this way. And it almost looks like the boat that Noah built. So this is where A comes into me. 888, 888, 888, 0000000. 8 showing the separation between the two sides, in which the two sides, the angle plus this going I. So then where does H come in? Well, each of these are H. Are you taking 2 lines, 3 lines, 4 lines? How many lines are you going to use, and what are you going to build, and what are you going to use with it? When it says I know in French, it goes je sais. When it says I am in French, it's je suis, SUIS. So it comes from that notion. Anyways, we're going to get back to the Gematria scale. So over here is G, and over here is T. For me, G was always the coming out. And I have a piece. I'm not really sure if I can show this. I'm going to look for it. Just give me a second. The G, okay, is the way the child, the way it's folded on the inside. The G also looks like a foot with a head. The G is noted to be a J because inside the G, the design creates a J. For me, this is a microscope. It also shows the coming out. What is the angle of the coming out? There's sports. And what is the best angle to fling a ball coming out? It's called J-AI, J-A-I, artificial intelligent creation from standard creation. And that mathematically is your A, B, C, D cycle. This is where 10, 6, 3, and 1. 1, 3, 6, and 10. 6, or we can look at it this way, because they're all whole. They are all whole. They are not in parts. They are whole. And they can be in parts. Because if I was calling this $1, I would call this 60 cents, 30 cents, and 10 cents. So now my question to be, is this 10 cents? Is D just going to be 10 cents? Or should we be calling D $1? I'm just questioning myself. I'm looking into it right now. So that means I would call C $3. I would call B $6. And I would call A $10. So when I added up to 10, A, B, C, D, or did I do that backwards? Hold on a second. Let me go that backwards again. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. 1, 3, 6, 10. So that's where it became. Maybe I should do it the other way around. I'm not sure where I should go. This should be D, C, B, A. Maybe that looks more like it. Well, one of the ways, I'm not sure which way to go, because if I was going take away D, all I have is 631. Take away C, all I have is 31. Take away B, I just have 1. Which way was creation? Count up or count down? These two will create 7. These two will create 4. Energy, Jesus, time. Anyways, regardless of that fact, the total added up, okay, equals to 20. That's the total added up of this creation. You added up 4 of them, it equaled to 20. The average is 5. So I'm just trying to see where I'm going with this. Here is 1, here is 3, here is 5, here is 7. In 7, both 6 and 6 connect over here. Both 6 and 6 connect over here. And if you notice, when I do this, just want to show you the 3 of them, that until I connect, I need color. I need color. I need my colored pencil. Hold on a second. Hold on a second. Just give me a second. I'm a little off the subject right now. I feel like I'm sputtering. I don't like it, but maybe I can catch up, figure out where I'm going with this whole thing. The E and the G, right? You ever see that? You ever see the G? How is the G made? The G is made like that, and the E is made like that. Really and truthfully, when I was first going to school, that's the way it was for me. You know, just give me 1 second here. I need to move. Okay, so this is the 2, 4, and 6 connecting. But if I do not connect number 4, okay, I will not be connecting anything to do with 2 and 6. So let's say it came in pieces and parts, okay, where we have one part over here and one part over here is connected by this ring over here, and that ring is number 2. And then what we have next is we have this one over here. Eventually, I'm going to put distance between this. And then we have this one over here. And this one's connected with number 6. One up from the bottom, one down from the top. This cube at the top is number 7. This cube at the bottom is number 1. This is my polarity on the cube. That means if this is my polarity on the cube 1 and 6, okay, that means the area from which the 6 is within, that is the beginning, is number 7. And I will tell you why. The reason for that is over here. Do you see over here? What does it say? That's right. It says nothing. So we're going to go backwards. We're going to start on this side. Okay, we'll do it from here. Here says nothing. Says nothing. So what are we going to do? We're going to start on this end. You see, on this end, I got a number. So I'm going to go backwards. I'm going to go from 30 to 29 to 28 to 27, blah, 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 to 21 to 20 to 19 to 17 to 13 to 11 to 10 to 9 to 8 to 2 to 1 to somewhere. So let's do it a little bit different. Let's change this number. We're going to change all these numbers. We're going to change all these numbers, and I'm going to show you what I'm going to do. I'm going to say, let's say this says number 36. So I'm going to add 6 on here. So I'm going to add 6 all the way at the end. So when I count up to here, okay, 30, it'll be 36, 35, 34, 33, 32, 31, 30, 29, 28, 27, 26, 25, 24, 23, 22, 21, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8. Okay, now remember, I added on 6. So, whoop, there's a mistake. 13, 12, 11. Okay, so remember, I added on 6. So this would actually be number 4. 4 plus 6 equals to 10. 9, 8, 7. This is number 3. This is number 2. This is number 1. 0 is now going to be number 6. 0 equals 6. Does that mean that it comes with a string? Or does that mean that because of the cube, the center of a cube has a value of 6? Rubik's Cube, okay, Rubik's Cube has 1, 2, 3, 4 arms, and then the pull arm over here. 2, 1 here, 1 here, 1 here, 1 here. And then 1 here and 1 at the bottom. That is 4 and 2. They have the ring and the pull. The pull equals to 2. What does that mean? You can turn it this way, okay, which is the ring. And when you turn it, 4 center dots turn. 4 center dots turn. 2 blanks and 2 with a 1 dot, and a 1 dot, and a blank, and a blank. And a blank, and a blank, and a 1 dot, 1 dot. And a blank, and a blank, and a 1 dot, 1 dot. And a 1 dot, a 1 dot, a blank, a blank. Or if we start on a 1 dot, we can start on a 1 dot, a blank, and a 1 dot. So there's stories inside of Yo-Yay. Just give me 1 second here. Yeah, it always says 3 currently watching. No one ever says anything. So this is Rubik's Cube turning. So what happens? 2, 4, 6. Let's go back to this again. No, we wanted to finish with this. So our actual last number would be this number over here. So this is almost like counting what is and why the 7th gate, because you're jumping onto a portal, right? You're docking. The 1 docks here, 1 docks here, 1 docks here, 1 docks here. We're docking at a docking station. What is JE? 10 and 5 is Mars. JE reversed 17 and 22 equals the angel life of 10. Creation of the I world. It is Mars. 3 by 5, 35. That's the number, 35. 5 by 5, 5 plus 5. 35. Multiply and addition, star system math. Creation of the E worlds. Just give me 1 second. I'm taking a one slow minute break here. Okay. Okay, so let me get my light back over here. Whoa. Let me see if I can set this back up. So you understand that ruler understanding and how we get to the docking station. You don't see what's off the ruler, but you see over here, it was hooked up on the rack. So we take all these dots and holes for nothing, right? But somewhere in creation, they had a meaning. This one is the center. Right center, it's in between number 15. In fact, dead center means both sides of center, like the 50-yard line. Over here is the long space. It's 1/4 over 8, but it's all the way into 7. This one is at 4, and then 1/4 over 5. We are free at 530 something. And what are all these points and dots and dashes? What is 0.333, 0.666, and what is before 0.333? It is 0.25. What is 0.25? What is 3 numbers to 2 numbers? What is 0.25 and what is 0.25? What is before 333 and what is after? What is 0.50? Are there any other simple in-betweens other than this, other than saying 20%, 25%, 50%? What about 75%? Where would 75% be? Well, 75 would be over here. So 50 doesn't need anything else because with itself, it knows who it is. So here's 2 equations that go together. And numerically, this is going to be Earth, Jack. You know, Jack is like a plug-in, like in blackjack. So when you have blackjack, okay, what do you have? You have 21. When you have 21, you got 21 with 2 cards. One card was an ace. The other card was a 10, also noted to be a picture. All picture cards have their reflection. The 10 also has its reflection, showing 2 worlds of 5 and 5 divided with their own moons. Their own moons. Unlike the 8, the 5, the 10 is different. Let me see if I can get that deck of cards over here. Just give me a minute. I'm gonna warm up some tea coming back. Oh, I got some warm tea here already. Wow. Wow. Very nice. Very nice. Very nice. Okay, very cool. Very cool. Very nice. Okay. I should be ashamed of myself. I should have 100 deck of cards here. You know what I'm saying? I should have 100 deck of decks. I should have Dexter cards. Just give me a second over here. I must have a pack of cards here somewhere. I have to have a deck of cards. It's not possible. It's not possible. Hold on a second. Hey man, est-ce que je peux rappeler? J'étais en train de faire une vidéo. Bye. The word electric is number 75. It's male and it's female. It goes with the numbers 12 and 13 because it is the 12 and 13 that creates it. but there's more to 12 and 13 other than the king and the queen, the 12th and the 13th card. Other than 1 plus 2 and 1 plus 3 equals to 3 and 4, which is a separation of 1, which is the E world, which is in the gateway, because 5 is an expression of half, because you're half on each side of. It's not like 2 and 5, where you can be on one side of the half or the other, because 5 minus 1.5 or 2 plus 1.5 will both equal to 3.5, where the core of this is the creation. And when it spins around 4 times, it has created a cycle. 4 times 35 is 140, or 1400, plus 10, 10, 10, 10, equaling to 40, 1440, 1440 minutes in a day. You must do it for 3 days and 1 day, according to the cycle of the cube, which is the cycle of the moon, multiplied to find the standard result, which is 3 times, and the altered result, the polarity and love result, okay, which is 4 times, 3 and 4. Which is 3 and 4. So so when you turn out 28 days, 28 days, 28 days, zodiac astrological signs change, and you have 84. And with 84, you create the movement of 4 cubes. What happens prior to 84? You see, 4 is the complete result. It takes 4 cubes to create the cycle of what is the numeric value to Pluto, 84. The gateway number 17, 3 times is 51, explains that it is Mars creating the gate 2H, which brings I in, filling the gap. Mars is that gateway. D, it is number 4. Earth is number 3. It is very simple. They are both halfway between holding on to what is the pole, the same pole. Let me not lose my vision. So we have number 4, number 3. Yes, so we have Pluto. So we have Pluto. Okay, so you see Pluto is 84. So 28 times 3 equals to 84. Now, if I do it this way, it equals to 66. So it's now the gateway. I count each one in its own category. This one becomes 24, telling me about the gate. And this one gives me a 06. 06, which is telling me about what gate? It's the heavens gate. There are 8 areas around what is a void, in which 6 is inverted to, in which 2 and 1, 2 voids and 1 dot are created in the center area. It is the only bridge in this, void to void over 1. Well, there's all void to voids over 1, because this is a void to void over 1, except in this spot it's not a void. Anyways, not going to get into that. So this is what Pluto is, 84. And it takes 328. So how do we get 28 on a cube? There's 21 dots, 14 around, 7 up and down. So let's do it. First, we're going to do it with 1 and 6 up and down. So this is going to equal to 7. You're going to have 2, 3, 4, 5 equals to 14. Then we're going to do it with 2 and 5 up and down, equaling to 7. And then you're going to have 1, 3, 4, and 6 equaling to 14. And then you're going to do it with 3 and 4 in between. You're going to have 1, 2, and 5 and 6 equaling to 14. 1, 2, 3. Are there any others? Yes, there is. Times 2, times 2, times 2. 4 up and 3 up, and 3 up and 4 down, and 4 up and 3 down, and 2 up and 5 down, and 5 up and 2, and that's, so you have 6. So that would be your full cycle. Plus, when you turn it, okay, and I'm going to get into only the basic. There are 4 turns, but when you come into it, you're coming into your first term. So you come into it and you have 4 terms. So times 4, times 4, times 4. So this is 8, this is 8, and this equation is 8. So just leaving that on the side, I'm not going to go deep into that. What I'm going to do is go into the cycles. We don't want to miss any moons. We don't want to miss any moons. So we begin. Either we start with the pole, or we begin with the ring. This, what looks like the maybe, what looks like maybe, let me see, yes. You can connect these all together if you want, but your entry point comes right over here. And now you can go right through what you see as the ace over here. The ace is showing me how to complete a design. Our letters are skeletons of a geometric shape that will create the blueprints of some things people have never seen before. Just my way, my version has seen this. Where are we? Where are we with Pluto? With Pluto, right. So 14 is the ring. Oh, right. That's what I wanted to show. Hey, how you doing? How you doing? And I miss you. Yes. Where is it? I can't believe it. I thought for sure, I just drew this. Yes, here it is. You all know that the D is a Roman numeral, right? That's 500. That's 500. So I wrote go 500. Go 500. That's free parking in Monopoly. This go is 22, value of 22, 7, and 15. In pool, okay, well, this was going to create 11, 7 come 11. 1 times 5, 1 plus 5 will create 6 and 5 equals to 11. First I create a star, and then I put a plus, star plus. I'm trying to remember which way I got to this equation. There's another equation like this, 7 and 6, 7 and 6. 6 was going to create love and a passage. It's going to be the fox pass to the gateway. Why is that? 15 is the letter O, but the next letters in the family are FOX, and O and X is known as love, and OX is kisses, and the angels of 6, that passed through it. There's the beak. There's the rings, the hexagon rings. Remember, hexagon rings of 6. You see the first 18, you do not see the second 18. And if there's 6 on one side, there's 6 on the other side, equaling to 12. And with each one, there's lines, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, equaling to 18. Hexagon 18, high. For the 18, whatever it is that connects to the Mayans, to the 3 rings, that movement in 3 rings is, if you have a string, this string goes, and the minute it gets through the 3rd loop of the DNA, it wraps around and it comes back down. And it goes 1, 2, 3 wrapping, it turns around, it comes back down, interlocking. DNA, some kind of string, I don't know what it is. Don't start. You've been a good girl. So we're going to go back to Pluto again. We're going to go back to Pluto. So what we're going to do is, a cube has a pole and a ring. So either it's a pole or it's a ring. So since we have the pole, we now need the ring. Since we had the ring, we now need the pole. Now we finished cube 1. Cube 1, let's call it A. Now we're going to go again to cube number 2. In cube number 2, we're going to have what number? What number? Here we started what we want, but over here we have to start with 7 because we just connected our first cycle of the moon. If we want to skip this moon, we will, if we want to skip the moon, I need to show you both of these. 7, 14, 14, 7, and then I'm going to go 7, and then I'm going to go 14. Well, I could have also, hold on a second. Let me see, is there any other way to do this? 14, 7, 14. Okay, here's how you do it. This one over here gives me 28. This one over here gives me 28 because I came out both ways. This is an obligation. What's going to be left over is 14. So after your first moon, 14 is left over, and that would be DNA. That would be the letter N. That would be A and D. That would be what is creation in the sun, birth. The reason I say this is because what goes around into a string. Let's take it this way. Let's do something a little bit different. Something a little bit different. And let's call this first, second, third, and you come back home, it's fourth. But in reality is, home plate didn't count for anything. So the reality is, standing at home and coming back to home is 1 and 5. Area 51, home plate, baseball. Baseball, Mars baseball. So how are we going to count the game? Are we going to count it as Little League? As amateur sports? What league would Mars get? Because we got Area 51, but we have first, second, third, and coming home is fourth or fifth. Coming home through the sun. Because you went from here to here to here to here to here. And this is your halfway world. But it's played on an angle. You ever see baseball? How is baseball made? Although you have that round, okay, and then it comes down the line here. How is the field made? How is the field made? And it comes like this. Is that not the way it's made? So it's made in a quarter of the field. And when they show home plate, I'm making a little bit larger so maybe you can see what's going on. Okay, this line is not in the right. Hold on a second. See this line, the way it breaks in the center over here? Why didn't I put the line here? Because this one shows that we are four worlds that have come together to meet at the plate. Which way would I do this? Maybe we can put the sides up, right? And then there's the empty space over here and the empty space over here. And this is it. Now, I'm not sure if it's a 4 empty space or a 6 empty space, but we came in the center over here. So coming in the center over here, and I'm going to get back to Pluto in a second, but I just want to see something. That's okay. Okay, that's okay. $0.01, 622 6 6 6 6 6 6 2 2 6 6 2 2 6 6 2 2 6 6 2 2 2. So and there's other numbers for this too, because if I let the numbers rise onto the other side of the seventh gate, and that seventh gate is here, this would be, what would be 9? This would be 9. This one would be 11. This one would be 13. And then we'd be meeting at 13, 13. So we'd be meeting at 7 and 13. So meeting at 7 and 13, okay, and this jigged line has to be noted that I lost the work somewhere. Just give me a second. Okay, I know where it is. I know where it is. I know where it is. Plugged in. That's another thing I was looking at. Plugged in. See the towers? Split the Y. What the Y letter does, what our letters do. They're skeletons. The skeletons in the closet. Mommy, mommy, the skeletons in the closet. Yes, it's the alphabet. I'm just trying to see where is. Okay, here it is. Here it is. Here it is. You see, the cycle we run on a God's day's rest is 61616. 6, 7, 13, 14, 20. 14 being the sun. 15 comes about over here when we start the cycle on 16161. And we run the cycle this way, 1, 2, 3, 4. We end up on the sun. Here, 1, 2, 3, 4, we end up on the sun. So what is it? Can we start at number 1 or not? Or can we only start when it's higher than a 1, like the 6? I'm just asking that question for a reason, because the no, sorry, I can count it, but maybe I should be counting the separation. 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 10, 15 is over here. and then 20 is over here. So what happened with 20? I connect 14 and 15 together because that's the in-between ring. It took 5 from over here and 5 from over here and then 5 from over here and then 5 from over here. So it's my fourth one. Although there's 5, I need 5 in order to have a beginning, just like on the ruler that we spoke about a few minutes ago. I can't end on 0. So I started the ruler at 36 and I ended on, after 1 was 6. I started on 36 and I ended on 6. This is centimeters. Creation metre. Centimeters and inches would be 12. So if I started this on 18, I would also end on 6. But that was just because how many numbers I put it up. So here is that 16161, and we end up on the exact Mayan, how their calendar, that, I don't know, that time clock works. This is DC. This is polarity within itself. 3 roaming around 1 equaling to 4. But it's 3 that are strung together, and 1 that brings them, the pole that strings them together is the 4th, or the 4th one brings the pole. So let's get back to Pluto again. And here is the cycle. So now we have the cycle here, right over here. The first moon cycle is done. We used 1 cube and 4 of, sorry, not 4 of 6. Oh my God, where's my, see with the cat here, I can't sometimes think. Hey, kitty. Okay, so that would be 1 and 0.33. That would be 1.33 because there's 3 parts. It's like ice hockey, right? There's 3 periods of 20 minutes. Well, here there's a cycle of 14, 2 periods of 20 minutes together, and 1 period of 20 minutes. How can I count this? Can I count this for 0.66 and the other one counted for 0.33, 0.666, 0.333? Can I look at it that way maybe? This is 1/3 and this is 0.66 or 2.66. So if I look at it that way, right away I know the story that when we divide by what is standard creation, 3, that this is going to be 0.333, 1.333, and 2.333. And 2 divided by 3, as well as 5 and 8, is going to be equal to 0.666, 1.666, or 2.666. Now 3, 6, and 9 are special because when they're divided by themselves, they equal to 1, 2, 3, or how about A, B, C? If we're going to add them up, this would be CFI. This would be FLR, flower if you want. And this will just be, this will be 1 flower. This will be 1 flower, 2 flower, 1 flower, and 2 flower. So I'm not really sure what to write with the 1, whether I should, which way I should write, but I just wanted to show you these numbers. So what fits in between is up over here is where you're going to have the 1/4 or 0.25, 0.75 filling the gap, in which 0.85 and 0.25 create the perfect 10-10 world, in which we always have to create that 10 for the star system. And I think the cat's on the calculator. Oh, no, here it is. Okay, so What you can see is where am I? 258 in the center, 456 across. So I didn't do the 789 divided by 3 equals 2. 789 divided by 3 equals 263. 456 divided by 3 equals 2. 456 divided by 3 equals 2. 123 divided by 3 equals 2. It equals to 41. Now, if you take the 1, 2, 3 scenario and multiply it by crisscrossing this board, you crisscross the number 5. 1, 2, 3, 4 times. 1, 2, 3, 4 times. $57.84, my friends. This is the year that we come into the brand new cycle. In September, this is nuality. This number not only coincides with what you see, but it also coincides with the Mayan calendar. When you multiply this number, 41 times 625 equals to 25,625, in which 767, which is the point and the peak of the gematria, scaling that I just showed you over here, which is also looking like the maple leaf of Canada. And you can also see all the blocks that come in over here. There's showing you their cap divided between the two worlds. And I'm not really sure which way I should run this. Remember, one square gets 3 lines. If you want to outline a square, you can outline a square. But remember, because it's a square and there's points, you can connect all the points if you want. Now we have a little bit of a passage in there, eh? Look at that. We got a passage because of the points. And it's on an angle, razorback. There's an equation I created today that was because of something that was on an angle. I don't remember what it was. Anyways, we'll forget about that right now. You see, we have a pyramid that's 5184. And this coincides with each other because the reverse of this is this. This is Mars and this is the moon. It's also Union Jack coming to the gateway, which is inside what is 4 and 5, the sun. 13 and 14. 13 and 14, what is inside the sun. Here is 767 and here is 767. What is above is 13, the 13th gate. Can I create 111, 13? Yes, I'm going to create one more block here, and that block is going to be 7, 9. Hold on a second. This is 6. I'm just I have to recount I have to recheck this. This is 7. Then this one is 9. And then this one is 11. And then this one is, I think it's this one, 13. Let me do that. Do I have a colored pencil here? Give me a minute. Just 1 second. Where is my, I lost my page. Okay. So where am I? Where am I? Where am I? Just give me a second. Yes. So we were talking about this. There's a short count and a long count to the Mayans. The long count is 25,920. Black, yellow. This, okay, this is here. This is your T gate right over here. And if it's descending over here, once you get to the 7th gate, right, the halfway down through the 7th gate, here's number 7. So the next one is going to pick up over here. And since I went up by 2, I'm only going to be going down. Do I go down by 2? The next one that I go down to is 9. And then I go down one more. And that would be 11. And then I'd go down one more. And that would be 13. And you see the way 13 comes all the way over here? 13. I started at 7, and I'm down at 13. 13, 7, 13. 6, 1, 6. The same cycle as the Mayans run. 6, 1, 6, 1. So we have 1, 6, 7. 1 is 8. 6 is 14. 1 would be 15. And then the next one would be 6. Would that be 21? Or the next one would be 6 is 19. 7, 6, 7. 7, 6, 7, 6. 6, 7, 6. And you see the way it shows a claw over here and then another claw over here. So it's divided here. It's then might be divided here. I'm just trying to see different ways to build this. So yeah, so this is I think one of the pyramids. This goes to, again, back to the cycle of Mars. So let's continue on that cycle. In fact, let's bring it to a new page. We're going to do it so everybody can see it nice. Seven, 14, 7, 14, 7, 14, 7, 14, 7, 14. I shouldn't have done it that way. This is terrible. 7 is a pull. 14 is a ring. This will create 5 and 9 within the ring. This is 0, 7. It's a pull. This is a polarity. This does not. It is what is above and what is below. It is the beginning and the end of the pull. 0, 1, 0, 7. So we go 7, 14 and the next number over here. So this is a pull and this is a ring and this is a pull. And we are going to get a 7. The reason for that, number 28. Then we can go anyone you want, 7 or 14, right? Wrong. It's an obligation for number 14. Your first cube ends over here. Your second cube ends over here. Your third cube ends over here. You have no choice in what you say. No choice in what you say. Each cube has a basic value of, I think, 3.521. The basic value of a cube is 21. The center to all six sides, the center to all six sides is 3.5. Times 6 equals to 21. But is that true? 1 over to 3.5, 1 plus 2.5, 6 minus 2.5, 2 plus 1.5, 5 minus 1.5, 3 plus 0.5, 4 minus 0.5. If we total them, 2.55, 5, 8, 9, that's what our total would be. Our total to the center is 9. Now, if we take in consideration of what this is, okay, 1, 2, 3, 21, so it'll be 21 and 9 in order to reach the center. Now, there's an equation I saw somewhere with this. I don't remember what it is. I know it's IU. There's also a polarity. Everybody knows what 9 is. 9 is 18, 27, 36, and 45. Each one of these are on the cube. Number 18 is talking about the 1 dot and the 8 void. Number 2 is talking about the 2 dot and the 7 void. Now 3 and 6 are duplicates because we have a 3 and a 6 here, which I'm a little mixed up with, and we have a 3 and a 6 here. But this can be seen a little bit different because the ultralight can shine through this area of voided space. There is no other like this where we can add a dot and it adds for value other than just be the reflection of 3 and 2. Only 1 dot will add a value, but both sides will only equal to 5. 4 and 3, although it says 7, the reality is it's only 5 if we drilled a hole. Only these two come in the dice, and it says love. In where 3 and 6 will say fox clue. The 4 and 5 will say DE or ED. This will be BGT. And this will be RA. These are the basic for these numbers. And each one of these will have polarities. This will be 63. This one over here will be 50. Give me a second. 54. This one over here is going to be 63. This one over here is going to be, boy, the polarity, I'm just trying to think. The 8 and 3 are the voids. These are together. These, no, this is wrong. This is 4 and 3. That's where I made my mistake. 4 and 3, and the void is 5, 4. 4, 3 is 5, 4. And what it means is here's a 3, and the opposite side is a 4. When you look at it, all the white areas has a value of an empty space. And the value of the empty space is 5 void. 5 void. And when I flip it over, whoop, that's wrong. When I flip it over, it's 6 void. So it's 5 and 6 void. So can I ever get mixed up with this? If I say I have 3, right, am I going to use the bigger number? If I say I have 6, I already know, okay, that 1 is on the other side, that I have 8. So if I see 8, I already know I'm going to have 3 void. If I see 7, okay, if I see 7, I already know I'm going to have 4 void. Because the 5 is opposite of the 2. and there's a 7 void to a 4 void. And that 5 and 2 and 7 and 4, the 5 and 2 and the 7, 4, this is energy. This is earth. This is time. What time's the T off? 6, 6, 6. 6 and 6 is 12, but with OF, okay, it equals to 21. Back to the cube again. So back to the cycle. So here we're going to have a start over. Here's your first moon. And then over here, you're going to start with 14. Okay. Let me do this a little bit different. This is 42 days gone by. These are the days. We're going to use these numbers as days. Sorry, I forgot to mention it. This is the 14. So 55. We have to understand there's something to do with the sun, something to do with DNA, something to do with a passage in the half-life that's coming in when this cycle comes about. This is what's going around. This is a pole. We have to understand the difference. I'm still learning. Here we have 56. I automatically put 14 because here I met my second moon. But I met my second moon into my 3.66 of my cube. 1 cube, 2 cubes into the third cube. Because it's number 14, it's 2/3, 3.66. This is a leap. Leap year on 366. Just noting. This is when 5 and 8 come together. And the reason for that is that 5 divided by 3 equals to 1.666. 8 divided by 3 equals to 2.666. When you bring them together, I'd like to say that it is 3.666, and I don't change this. If I did change it, okay, it'll be 3.333. And this is a Venus, something to do with Venus. I'm trying a rotation in Venus, in all of Venus, in the house of 8. So now over here, we can start on either or. Here, what is left over? It is 7, right? Do we get that? The last part of the cube, we end at number 63. The third cube ends at 63. 7 times 7 is 49. 7 plus 7 is 14. 14, 49, 63. Could be just coincidence, but when it ends on the third cube, you now create I9R18, the birth resident. Now in the last cube, okay, in the last cube, it doesn't matter. You need to use the whole cube. You can start on either or. If you start on number 14, you create 77 Christ. If you start on number 7, you create 70. And now you bring the cube into the effect of this rotation in the 4th house. Now, I don't know what that means because the 0 equals to the 8 equals to the heaven. The 7 equals to the gate. This is telling you around 1, which is around the light. I have to understand more of the story. The 0, okay, is reflecting more of not the dot here, but of the dots here is what it's reflecting. Anyways, regardless, it has to finish with number 14, and this will be 84, and this one, number 7. Number 7. If I did 7 here, it has to be 14 here. If I did 14 here, it has to be 7. And it finishes on Pluto. You have a choice, and you have a choice. So since you have a choice, you can do it this way and this way. So you have 2 choices here and 2 choices here. So if I started like this, that's 1 choice. If I turn this around to start, that's 2 choices. If I leave it like this and turn this around, That's 3 choices. Do you follow what I'm saying? How many choices to the beginning and the end, but the center is always an obligation. First and fourth. This is the number to Pluto. It took 4 cubes to do the dance. In the third cube, it was 5663. But anyways, Raphael 7286 in a constellation of Pegasus. I'm going to come back and do another video tomorrow on some numbers. And thank you for watching this video. Have a nice night.